Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. How is everybody doing today? Please put a one in the chat to let me know that you can hear me. Can you all hear me? Okay, thanks, Tina, Larry, Janice. Thanks, everybody. So let me see who I have here. It looks like SBK was the first one to join the live. Hey, SBK, thank you for joining. Janice was the second person, one of my moderators. Hey, Janice. Sassy. Hey, Sassy. Thank you for joining. The Cynical One. Hey there, Cynical One. Thank you for joining. El Cid says she's in the bushes. Thank you for coming out of the bushes just to say hey and to like the live. Thank you, El Cid. We have Larry King. Hey, Larry. Glad you could make it. We have Shay, another one of my moderators. Thanks, Shay. I saw that you said you'll be right back. Okay. We have Tina. Hey, Tina. Thank you for coming as well. And we have Blue. Hey, Blue. Thank you for joining the live. Blue is another one of my moderators. I appreciate you. Hey, Jackson Tabasco. Thank you for joining as well. And looks like we have Shadow. Hey, Shadow. How are you today? Thank you for joining. Okay, so you're getting your video. Okay. Hey, Echo. Thank you for joining. How are you today? Said you're okay. You didn't have any pain or anything from the accident, did you, Shadow? I hope you're still doing okay. I'm doing very well, thank you, Echo. Thanks for asking. And thanks everybody for speaking to everyone in the chat. You all know I'm not planning to be here for a long time. Blessed to Crochet, how are you today? Thank you for joining. Okay, I'm just checking y'all to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Shadow says, just my phone was a casualty in my lunch. I'm okay though. I can always buy a new phone. Amen. I'm glad that you're still okay. Hey, sis, I said what I said. Another one of my moderators. How are you today? Happy Monday to you as well. Okay, so you all see the title. First of all, I was trying to wait to see if Blaze was going to join the live before I got started, but I see he's not here. I'm not sure if he'll be able to join. That's great. I said what I said. But let me give a shout out to Blaze for suggesting the topic for today. I did pray on it, and I believe that now is the time to talk about this subject. And another thing I want to do is I want to ask everyone to pray for all of our military personnel, both domestic and international. Please pray for the safety of our military personnel. We know what's going on, so please continue to keep them in prayer. And to anyone who is directly affected in this live or in this chat, please know that you are in my prayers as well. So, again, the title, Do You Know Your Assignment? Thank you, Tina, for putting the praying hands in the chat. Do you know your assignment? So, oftentimes, we as humans have a habit of meddling. Meddling can cause us to abandon our true assignments. Thanks again for the praying hands and prayers to you, Janice. Have you ever seen an unhoused person in need and wanted so badly to help? You dug into your pockets, your wallet, your purse, and you couldn't find anything to give. You're welcome, Janice. Then someone else came along and gave that person a meal or money. I honestly believe that because none of us were expecting that exam. The teacher decided to give out multiple exams. Oh, no sound? I've been doing all that talking and y'all didn't hear me? Hold up. Can y'all hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Thanks, Jamila. I mean, Janice. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Jamila. How are y'all doing today? Thanks for joining. So, you said the last thing you heard was, I honestly believe. So, let me go back to my notes. Okay. So, thank you, Blue. I appreciate you. Hey, who dat? How are you today? Thank you for joining. So, I honestly believe that although your heart may have been there to give, that unhoused person was not your assignment at that time. God knows our heart. He also knows our assignment. I'm good, Wanda. Thanks for asking. While thinking about assignments, my memory took me back to when I was in high school, around 10th or 11th grade. Not too long ago, right? So, anyway, there was an exam. Most students in the class were nervous because none of us were expecting an exam. The teacher decided to give out multiple exams. This ensured that people weren't able to cheat. We all had to focus on the exam that was given to us. This reminded me that we can't focus on others' assignment. Just as that teacher demonstrated by giving out different exams, God also gives us different assignments. During the last live, we talked about blocking our blessings. I believe that we can block our blessings as well as block others' blessings by not focusing on our assignment. Today's scripture verse comes from 1 Corinthians 3:6-7. Paul says, I have planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but God that giveth the increase. Knowing your assignment means knowing how to mind your business. There may be times when we think that something or someone is our assignment, but they're not. That's why it's important to have a close relationship with God and to seek His will, not only you all, but I encourage myself to read, and those who are watching the replay, to know your assignment and to also know who and what is or is not your assignment. Don't block your blessings or anyone else's blessing by meddling. Do your part and allow God to do His. So Jamila says she's trying to stay off of YouTube. So I just don't want to stop supporting who have been supportive to me, but I will be taking a break. Well, God bless you, Jamila. I encourage you to do what's best for you, your mental health, and your life. And we have a way of contacting each other, so we don't have to limit our relationship to YouTube. Again, thank you, Blue, for looking out for me because I was just going on and on thinking that everybody could hear me when you couldn't hear me. So thanks for looking out for me as always. And many thanks to, again, El Cid, who said that she's in the bushes, and to all the other people who are in the bushes as well. SBK says, forgive me because I can't shout everyone out. Got a lot going on here, but listening in. Thank you as always, SBK. Like I said, one of the hardest working people I know, man or woman, just a hard working person. Can I borrow like $10,000, SBK? Because I know you got it. I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, thanks again. Thanks for being the first one in the chat. Shay says, hello, everyone, one by one. That's her way of speaking to everyone in the chat. And so those are my words for today. I do have the link pinned in the chat. If anyone wants to come up to say anything about your assignment, please feel free to hit that link. I do have a new banner that I want to show at this time. Oh, Lord, Shay. Make sure you have plenty of water. Sorry, I'm in this hot behind part, sun beaming, but I'm listening. Wow. Please stay as cool as you can. So, yes, let me show this banner, y'all. Because a lot of times I'm one of those people who, as long as you are respectful, you are allowed in my chat and on my panel. But there are times when people may say something, and perhaps there are people who are watching the replay or even live may think that I agree with everything that's being said. So I wanted to make sure that you all know that what's being said on my panel doesn't necessarily reflect my views or opinions. I don't believe in censoring anyone. I don't allow swearing on my channel. I don't swear and I don't allow that on my channel. But other than that, that's very few things that you can say that will cause me not to have you on my panel. And so I just want to put that out there that just because it's said on my panel does not necessarily mean that I agree with it. Okay? And I hope that everyone understands that. Yeah, we have a heat wave going on here as well, Jamila. I think it's almost 100 degrees outside now, but I say thank God for air conditioning. And please, Jamila, of course, give my love to your baby girl. Tell her that I said hello. Again, the link is pinned in the chat. And if anyone wants to join the panel, feel free to do so. I'm going to give it a few more minutes because I know that if I said what I said is planning to join the panel, she might be getting it together. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes. But you know, me. Those of you who know that I have no problem with having a short live. Okay, thanks, Jamila. You said it's 93 degrees there, Wanda. Let me see what the temperature is here. Oh, it's 99 degrees here. And they say it feels like it's over 100. But thank God I don't have to be out there. Okay, Shadow. Okay, okay, Shadow. We must have that discussion, Shadow. Yeah. You laughing at Shadow Blue? Good God. Shay says she thinks it's 110 degrees. Oh, she might be exaggerating, but it may feel like it's 110. Mm, yeah. Again, thank God for air conditioning. I just want to give a shout out to the person who invented the air conditioner. I want to give a shout out to that person. I can't think of the name right now, but I want to give a shout out to that person. And I want to thank God for allowing that person to not only invent the air conditioner, but for allowing that person to be born. Yes, thank you, Lord. It's sometimes now the air conditioner may seem like a little thing, but to someone who is dealing with temperature near 100 or over 100, you have to pause and thank God. Hey, Key, thank you for joining. How are you today? Wanda says, well, I feel sorry for people that don't know Jesus. If they don't like this heat, they might want to get right and accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior. You can say that again. Jamila says a fan ain't doing anything. Are you responding to somebody else, Blue? Because I don't know what Willis have. Oh, that is that a place, a cooling off center? I know a lot of times we have libraries in our area that will allow you to come in and cool off. Oh, Lou says some that know Jesus too. Hmm. Okay. Key says she'll chat when her phone charges some. Oh, that's who that is. Okay. Thank you. I was thinking that was a I was thinking that was a cooling off center. Um, Blue, thank you for clarifying. I don't even know why I was thinking it was somebody else. But again, thank you for that information. You see, you learn something new every day. You should be learning something new every day. Yeah, me and heat, we don't get along. I don't like it when it's too hot, and I definitely don't like when it's too cold either. So it doesn't look like anyone wants to join the chat. And so what I'm going to do is, join the chat, join the panel, I meant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the roll again. Thank everyone who joined the chat. So Shadow says he's used to it. Southern heat is worse. Yeah, I've been in that southern heat. Yeah, I know how that can be. We love you too, Shay. Thank you so much for everything that you do. If one of my mods want to drop my information in the chat, please feel free to do so. I didn't see it. Oh, okay, Tina. Tina said, leave my heat alone. So Tina obviously likes heat. But I have some news for you, Tina. You're a rare breed. You are a rare breed because most of us don't like it when it's too hot. Thanks, Shay. Can you drop my other, can someone on the Mars drop my other channels as well? Especially accentuating the positive. Tina is funny. Do you really like heat, Tina? Really? Let us know if that's true or if you just want to play around. The only thing I like about heat is air conditioning. So Tina said, I'm in the South when you don't want it hot, it gets hotter. Okay. Wanda says, I like 70 to 80 degrees, not fond of 90s. Right. Well, I prefer 70 to 79. I don't even like 80. Thanks, moderators. Janice, Blue, Shay, thank you all for dropping the information. I appreciate you all. Who that says I only dislike heat when my makeup start to melt. Okay, who that? Thank you, Blue. Key says, I'm in the South too, Tina. It's scorching out there. And Tina says, so hot you can get a swimming pool tan in your. Oh my goodness. Not a swimming pool tan in your bathtub, Tina. Okay. Lord have mercy. Tina, you are funny. Tina, one day I'm going to bring you on here, Tina, just for comedy hour. I hope you'll be prepared. Maybe I'll let you know in advance. But you are hilarious. Hey, I said what I said. How are you today?
Child, just busy. How you doing today?
I'm great. I can't complain. My air conditioner is working. I have plenty of water. I have some fruit bars that I can nibble on if I want. I'm blessed.
Hmm. Did you cook dinner? Cause I'm not that blessed. I didn't cook
Uh,
nothing, and I'm kind of hungry.
no, we'll have leftovers. We'll have leftovers from yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't have nothing left from yesterday because I didn't cook yesterday either. I guess I need
Oh,
to stop being lazy. I guess I'm not understanding the assignment for myself.
well, it's just you, so I understand.
I know, but I get on those kicks, where I just don't want to cook, and then I get tired of going out to eat, but then I want something to eat. Now, and I called my daughter; she didn't cook yesterday either, so I was like, "It's
Oh,
Sunday. Why you didn't cook?" And she's like, "I am. I'm cooking fish." I'm like, "That's not a Sunday dinner. That's Friday."
yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't really want that.
Yeah, on
Like,
Sunday it's like a different type of. That's how I grew up.
Right.
Sunday meals are different.
Yeah, you need some roast and stuff like that. She know what to cook on Sunday. I don't know why she
Uh,
didn't cook nothing. But I guess I can't complain because I could easily go in there and cook myself, so and that's what she told me, beggars can't be choosy, mom. So I was like
I know that's right. Wanda
yeah.
says it's too hot for heavy food. We're having salads over here. But
Right.
that's good for a Monday, but on Sunday it's different.
Yeah, you need some meat and
And
potatoes on Sunday, baby.
right, and Blue says she's having chicken.
And some cornbread.
She said raw vegan tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead with your bad self. I'm not doing raw vegan unless
Yeah.
the doctor tell me that I have no other choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know nothing about the vegan stuff. I just take a chance and eat the regular stuff that, we have or what have you.
Uh-huh.
But, I'm the type of person I just eat because I, supposed to. It's not like I just enjoy the food like that. So,
Oh, there are
yeah.
certain foods that I really do enjoy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy fish, but
Uh-huh.
you know how some people really enjoy to cook and eat and all of that. I just never
Uh-huh.
been that type of person. I've always just eaten because I just need to make it. And so that's why it don't ever make me any difference what I eat too much, even though I want a
Mhm.
Sunday meal. But as far as me, trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat every day, if I cook something or whatever, I can eat it all week. Or I'll just eat anything. Sometimes I'll just eat a sandwich or peanut butter and jelly. It doesn't make me any difference, just long as I get something
Mhm.
to starve off the hunger pains, ward them off. And other than that, I'm good. But
Mhm.
so the subject today was, do you know the assignment? Was that the name of the subject? Because
You
I'm
know your
sorry.
assignment.
Do you know your assignment? Oh, okay, your
Uh-huh.
personal assignment. Okay.
Mhm.
Well,
I didn't
sometimes.
ask anyone. Wait a minute. I didn't ask anyone to put what they think their assignment is because I think that's something that you can most people can just think about.
Hmm.
Um, and it may have been a lot of different um,
Answers.
yeah,
Well, I
but
wasn't going to tell you my assignment either,
okay.
because like but, while you stopping me and everything, I wasn't finna tell y'all anyway. But that was not where I was going, ma'am. But
Okay.
really,
My assignment was to make sure that you didn't.
now you ask folks to come up here and then you don't want them to tell, you don't want them to get the answers out. That's unusual. You normally want to answer from everybody,
No,
so
no, no.
I.
Seriously, if you want to, if that's what you want to say, by all
Uh-huh.
means.
Oh, I know.
But
I'm just messing with you,
I'm
Alice.
I'm not telling you.
Personally, I don't really know my assignment, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Okay, so to
Okay.
be honest with you, I just don't know what the assignment is because I thought it was one thing, and then all of
Hmm.
a sudden my life made a turn, and it had to be something else.
Okay.
So a lot of time, and that's what I was getting ready to say. Sometimes you're on the wrong assignment. You think that you're
Uh-huh.
supposed to be doing one thing,
Hmm.
and like I said, life will throw a curveball at you, and then all of a sudden you're doing a whole different assignment than what you thought you was, not so much of what you thought you were supposed to do or what you plan to do, because that's normally how
Hmm.
it goes. We make
Uh-huh.
plans, we make our plans, but then God make His plans for you,
Right.
and sometimes those plans don't coincide with each other.
Right.
And so then that's when you kind of get confused about, okay, was I really doing my assignment, or I guess he really want me to do this. And
Hmm.
so that's basically what happened to me. I thought my assignment was one thing, but it turns out it was something else. And and to be honest with you, I don't really like the assignment that he gave me, but I go ahead and do it and be obedient. But I'm just telling you, I don't like it that much.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just being honest with you. I know you're not supposed to be bucking and kicking the system, but you know, it is what it is.
I
And
think a lot of people feel that way. If we were being honest, a lot of us either feel that way or have felt that way.
oh, okay, so it ain't just me.
No,
But
it's
yeah,
not just you.
yeah, yeah.
You are
Basically,
not
that's what.
alone.
Yeah, that's basically how I feel sometimes, because like I said, I wanted my life to go one way, but it went another different way. And it's not so far as my personal life or what have you, but it is personal, but it's not. But as far as what I thought my assignment was and what my purpose was, because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we're misconstrued of what our purpose is. And like I said, we go with the purpose of what we have in our mind or what we think our purpose is or something that we would like to do or what have you. And sometimes
Mm-hmm.
God will give you that time to spend a little time on that purpose that you thought that you was here for, and then he started making you do the purpose that he wants you here for. So I'm just gonna put that out there like that.
Right.
So it's about giving you some of your little wants.
Uh-huh.
uh, but what he needs you to do, so later on he'll make you do what he needs you to do versus of what you want to do. So that's
Right.
how that's what I look at that at that question that you had for today. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I think about it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Right. Well, I appreciate you adding your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cents.
Alice, you too funny. You are too funny. I am not
No.
gonna. I am not gonna play with you today.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not funny. Tina is funny. Tina Moshow, she is funny.
What is she talking about? I'm
Tina,
not even reading the chat because I was putting out some shorts, so I wasn't paying attention to. And I apologize,
Tina
but I
said,
just wasn't.
I should have started. What did Tina say? Tina said, um, what's comment? I should have started that comment. She is hilarious. She said, I had to find it. This is what she said. She said it's so hot you can get a swimming pool tan in your bathtub.
Okay. A swimming pool tan in your bathtub.
In your bathtub,
Yeah, that's
inside.
yeah.
That's
It's just
hot.
okay. That's just that's just how hot it is where she's located. Well, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not that hot here. It's
Oh,
been raining every day here, and so it looked like it's gonna rain again tonight here. So
okay.
yeah, I'm trying. I've been trying to figure out why we're getting so much
Hey, time.
spring weather versus summer. It's like spring is never leaving, so that just kind of make me believe we're gonna have a long summer
Yeah.
and a short winter when it's like this. But
Well,
yeah, we've been
we
getting a lot of
definitely have.
rain.
We definitely have summer here. Yeah.
Yeah, but it probably don't even get that hot there.
If you don't think 99 degrees is hot, then you can have it.
That's warm. I mean, that's warm for us,
That's
but
warm.
yeah, because we're in Texas, so we can get up to 105, 110. So that's hot.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes Texas will make you feel like you don't left the earth and went down to the wrong place, baby. That's how hot it get here in Texas. So that's 99 sometimes is kind of mild for us. And I'm
Okay.
not saying that it's not warm and it's not
Hmm.
hot, but hey, it does get hotter here. So, you
Well,
know,
thank you. Thank you for making me appreciate that I'm not where you are.
exactly.
Thank you so much. See, it's always a way of accentuating the positive.
Hmm.
I appreciate that. So
Hmm.
time says that he says my let me say my assignment is to fall in love with Jesus. That assignment never changes. That's what time said.
Yeah, that sounds great and everything, but I got some news for time. You gonna have more assignments than that.
Well, I'm just
Yeah, that's
that's
just one. That's just one of the assignments. He keep on
yeah.
leaving. He'll figure out the rest of them. But yeah, you supposed to do that also. But for whatever reason, it seemed like a lot of times God have you for a lot of us, a lot assignments, and you think you're gonna just do one, but it don't work out like that for you. It'd be
Yeah.
nice if it could, but that's not the way life goes.
Yeah.
And I'm not doubting his assignment or nothing. I'm just saying he just better
Uh-huh.
be prepared to add to that. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
Right. But I
Um,
never just got one assignment. Trust me when I tell you that one.
yeah. Time says that Tina is hilarious. She is. Tina can give you a word and make you have tears in your eyes from laughing at her too. That's how I see Tina. But
Hmm.
anyway, yeah, you're right. We all have multiple assignments. I believe that we have multiple assignments um, in life. Shanice says one of her assignments is to take care of her elderly mom, and that's one of her personal assignments.
Hmm. Yeah.
God bless you and your mother,
And really, it's a
Janice.
blessing to be able to do that also too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to still have your mother.
Well,
You
yeah, that's
know.
why I say it's a blessing to do that. Even though
Yeah.
sometimes you get tired. So I just
Hmm.
have to be real about everything. And when you're taking care of people, it can be draining sometimes, but it's still a
Hmm.
blessing. It could be two things at one time. It could be a blessing, but it also could be draining also, because that's the way I felt about when I was taking care of my mom. So I remember those days. And I really wish I
Hmm.
could be bothered with it again, but unfortunately
Yeah.
I can't. But yeah, some of those times I was like, oh Lord Jesus, I'm tired. But
You're
you
welcome,
know,
Janice.
but that's just human nature, though. You do when you're a caregiver, that takes a lot out of you. It
Yeah.
really does.
And I didn't take care of my mother. My mother passed when I was 4, but my father, I did take care of my father for a while. And
Hmm.
yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Tina. Um, Tom, you know Blue's name. Oh, she said you say you feel like a child again. Janice says she it feels like I'm a child again because she controls me.
Hmm. Well, Janice, I thought you were supposed to turn
Amen.
the tables.
Would you
I,
say,
I thought you supposed to turn the tables when it's your time to take care of them. Then I listen.
she
My mama
can't
had to
do
flip
that?
the script. I flipped the script with my mom. I'm like, I'm taking care of you now.
No, Janice can't do that. That she
Yeah,
wanna
she too nice, ain't she?
I'm not gonna say you too nice, Janice. I'm just saying that's probably her upbringing. You know, she has the
Yeah.
utmost
Well,
respect,
well,
you know.
I had to respect my mother too, but
Yeah.
this
Not
just
not that
but
you didn't. I'm just saying, you
yeah,
know,
I understand, but that's just the control in me, and
uh-huh.
that's just me just being bossy. That's all.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, I couldn't wait to flip the script on her and have her do what I wanted her to do, even though she still wouldn't listen to me. But I
Uh-huh.
definitely tried though. I didn't say it worked. I just said I tried.
Oh, okay. Tina, amen, Tina. She says sometimes you have to recognize when something is not your assignment. I think I said that, but if I didn't, I'm glad you did. Oh, Janice says she had me at 37, so I'm the baby and only girl.
Hmm.
Yeah. See, that was a word right there, Tina. Sometimes we think that something or someone is our assignment and they really aren't.
Well, I just said that. You have your agenda, and you feel like your assignment is one thing, but
Uh-huh.
life be life, and it turns. Sometimes God will put you somewhere else. You think you're supposed to do one thing, but then He'll flip the script on you,
Yeah.
and like, no, you're going down the wrong road. I need you to go this way.
Mm-hmm.
And so that she's absolutely right about that,
Mm-hmm.
because most of the time, we set our own agenda for whatever reason we do it. whether we intend to or not. We feel, we map our life out. I know I did. I can't speak for everybody else, but I had all my plans wrote down on what I
Mm-hmm.
was going to be doing for like in life or what have you. But a lot of those plans had to be turned around, and a lot of them didn't come into play because that wasn't the road I was supposed to go down.
Right. And
And
so also sometimes we have to recognize when our assignment is over.
right. And my mom shot down my first assignment that I thought I was going to get to do, and that was going into the military. And so my mother was like one of those type of people. She didn't want none of the kids to leave her, so she would
Mm.
scare us to death, to make sure we stayed close to her. I guess she probably knew she probably wasn't going to spend that much time with us or not be here that
Mm-hmm.
long. And I'm not saying that she had some type of premonition or what have you, but she always tried to keep a real close grip on us and
Mm-hmm.
made sure that we didn't get too far away from her. And even if you were out of town and you didn't stay in the same city with her, she required that you called her, at least once or twice a week. And that's
Oh.
when you had long distance bills, so it wasn't that easy to do.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Tina said that having the humility to change course is the problem many times. That's true.
yeah.
Hello, Real. How are you today? Thank you for joining.
Hey, real. He said he been busy. That's
Yeah, he
okay.
said he's been
Sometimes,
busy.
sometimes you
He
get
said
busy.
he said he's been too busy to be fooling around with us. I just
That's
threw that in there.
okay.
I threw that in there, Real.
That's okay.
I know that's not what you said, but but it's good to see you.
You didn't say it like that, but that's basically what you said, real. We got you though. We understand. See, you're not even on the panel, and I'm still not gonna let you take a break. I'm still not gonna let up on you.
See, that's I said what I said. Don't blame me.
Yep, he know exactly who it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna hide or nothing like that. I'm gonna catch up with him though. He talking about it's okay and yes, fooling around with y'all. Yes, yes, right, right. We know we know, we understand real. It is what it is.
Uh-huh.
And we'll
Janice
welcome
said I
you back
wanted to
when you
join the
get the time
military.
to. Huh?
Janice said she wanted to join the military, but her mom said nope, so she
Mine
got
too.
married.
Well, Janice, I wanted to jump out the plane, so my mama sure hurry up and change my mind, honey.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to be a daredevil. I really did. I wanted to go to the Air Force and jump out of the planes for whatever reason. I wouldn't
Mm.
do that now, but that's what I wanted to. That's what I thought I wanted to do when I was, 18.
Uh-huh.
When I was, but you got to understand though too. Um, I kind of been grown all my life, and so I wrote down my whole life plan at like probably around 14 or 15.
Mm.
I wrote it all down on how I was gonna go,
Uh-huh.
what I was gonna do, and so that's why I say a lot of my plans did not come into play, baby, because I had a lot of stuff on that, in my diary, and
Uh-huh.
so and my mom would always question us about what did we think we wanted to do when we grew up or what have you, when we leave the house or something. So I just told her, so she hurry up and changed that idea. So I
Mm.
was like, all right. But my uncle had went to the military, and he always talked so grandly about it, and he really enjoyed it. So I just thought it was something that I would want, that I could do, because he
Uh-huh.
was always like, if you go to the military and you work really hard, they'll move you up pretty quickly, and
Mm-hmm.
he said, you can be over people, so that's why I wanted to go.
Oh, you could be the boss.
Can you imagine that? Yeah, yeah. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to go.
That's right up my alley.
That was right up my alley, baby. And I guess I probably always had that spirit, so that's why he was, kind of talking to me about it,
Uh-huh.
letting me know that I could move far in the military. So I was like, okay, bet, you know. And
Uh-huh.
so, and my mom, kind of pulled him to the side. Don't be putting those ideas in my kids' heads. That's what you want to do. Don't influence my children like that.
Uh-huh.
And so, cause she
Mhm.
already knew my eyes got real bright when he said that, baby. I popped them eyes out, and my ears, the antenna on my ears flared up. I was like, okay,
uh,
yeah, I was ready for that.
I know that's right.
I was like, I can be in charge of people. He was like, yeah, you feel good, lieutenant or something. He said you can move up quick, and they don't discriminate against you. So that was all I needed to hear.
Uh,
And so yeah, baby, I was ready to go.
he said, "Where do I sign up?"
Yeah, sign me up. Where do I go sign up at? But I'm glad she changed my mind though, because I see a lot of people do go do have careers in the military or what have you. But when I went to my class reunion, I noticed a difference in a lot of my classmates,
Uh-huh.
and because they had to go to Desert Storm in the 90s, and so it did something to them. Not that they were just um, I could, let me just put it like this. I could just tell they had been through some things, and they all the guys acted different. They really acted a little different.
Uh,
And I was looking at them like, what's wrong? Like, ooh, I guess Desert Storm wasn't. I guess it was pretty hard on them. I don't know what they saw
uh-huh.
because I didn't ask no questions, and
Mhm.
I had to control myself, not ask a lot of questions. I
Mhm.
wanted to know, but I kind of figured what happened, because anytime you go to what's going on now, that's not going to be an easy task for anybody to go through. So, but it did something to those guys. So I'm just kind of
Yeah.
glad my mom kind of talked me out of doing that.
Mhm. Janice
Yeah.
said her brother went in '85.
Oh, did he? Yeah. And that's what year we were graduating in. We graduated in '84. So all of those guys from '84, they all went. So her brother probably went to Desert Storm also, because Desert Storm is like in the '90s. If they stayed in there 5 years,
Uh-huh.
5 or 6 years, because some of the guys made a career out of it, and so.
Yeah.
But it's
I
definitely, huh?
I have a cousin that was in the military. He just retired. I believe he's been retired for like 2 years, but he was in the military for over 40 years.
Mm-hmm. And my
Hey,
uncle
Abril.
my uncle did the same thing. He did about 40 or 50 years. My uncle, he retired and then went back and got a job as a civilian, still on the military base. So my uncle really did like it a lot. But
Mhm.
he was an electrician, so I'm pretty sure his job wasn't that hard. So it probably was an easy job for him. Hi, Abriel.
Mhm.
So that's probably why he enjoyed it so much. And even when they had their Desert Storm, he didn't really, he was just doing the electrical stuff, so it wasn't that big a deal for him, because he really wasn't out there on the front line.
Okay.
The people that's on the front line is the ones who, like every other job, they're the ones who get the brunt of everything,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Yeah. Tina said there are certain things that you can't see without it having an effect on you.
hmm
That's true.
right. And so the military can be very brutal, if
Mhm.
if we're in conflict with somebody, and so that could be very hard on your psyche.
Yeah.
hmm
Janice said she couldn't wait for her husband to retire, and she can't wait for
A little
um.
one,
I guess she's saying her um daughter to
probably,
retire if she
yeah, her
wants.
little one to retire.
Hmm.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope she can get out, because Agent Orange and they're acting crazy. So
Yeah.
if I was everybody,
That's
I'll
why.
pull out right now.
Yeah. That's why I said pray for our military
Yeah,
because
because they definitely need some prayer. Because normally in regular times, at least you have people that's competent and that's in charge of
Mhm.
you. And now
Mhm.
it's like, oh, you know,
Yeah. It's just
it's like
if
riding
we
a
ever needed
bicycle.
the Lord.
Right. It's like riding a bicycle with no brakes,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
driving a car with no brakes and your brakes go out. So that's basically what
Yeah.
we're in right now. So I
Mm.
definitely pray for the military right now.
Mm-hmm.
Really, we
And
should
I
be
think
praying for
it's
each other because all of us really are in danger at this point.
yeah. I think about the area that I live in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not far from
Right. Did your internet go out last night?
um last night. No.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But
Well, I know.
something happened last night that I missed. You know what?
Well,
It
well,
may
you.
have gone out. Let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you this. My internet may have gone out,
Mm-hmm.
but if it did, I was asleep.
Well, I know somebody from Washington, and their internet went out from last night from about. Mm, I think it was probably we were on the phone. We were on online about 7 or 8 o'clock, and her internet just went totally out, and it didn't
Oh,
come back until this morning at 10. And
oh
so,
no.
you know me and my conspiracy theory brain and how I be thinking too much. So I
Uh-huh.
was like, okay, well, that happened last night, the missiles and all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I said, I'm pretty sure they scrambled the system so that nobody could get online in that area where you guys are located. And probably was a security thing for, Washington.
Mm-hmm. DC Abreu.
Yeah, Washington D.C.
Yeah, I
D.C.
think if it's the person that I think you're talking about, she's closer to she's right in DC. She's closer
Yeah,
to the
she's in
area than I
D.C.
am.
Yeah. And so that's what I
Yeah.
told her. I say, and she said, you know what? You probably right about that. I say, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because, they were paying us back. And so at the end of the day, a lot of times when stuff like that happen, they have to scramble up the lines in the security so that, take the
Yeah.
internet offline or what have you. I wouldn't be surprised, and I don't know for sure, but that's the first thing I thought about when she told me that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I can't say it on here, but I'm gonna text you something that I was thinking about.
Well, you know what? I
Um,
have to. I was supposed to contact you anyway for another reason. So,
okay.
um, why don't you text me and let me know when you're available this evening?
Okay. But I ain't gonna be on here much longer, so I'll be available after this live.
Okay. And I'm still working on my we're working on our political show too. So we got to do that Wednesday. And I just hopped up here just to speak a few minutes for you. But so I'll call you when we finish up, and then I'm gonna have to get back and because we're getting that show set up for the other for our political show.
Okay.
Hmm. But yeah, so I just wanted to come up here and just say a few words and extend the live out at least an hour because we know you'll slide on out after 10 minutes. So at least
Not 10 minutes.
yeah, 10 minutes after you ask your little question, baby, you done. And if y'all ain't coming up here, I'm finna roll out. Go give me
Yeah.
a.
Only reason why I stayed longer is because I know
And
that you
then gonna
sometimes
say,
come
and then gonna
prepared.
say, and then gonna say, I said, but I said probably ain't ready. I fell out laughing.
That was, that's the only reason why I was like dragging it on a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I would have been gone. But I really do appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah,
Um
I say, look at Alice calling me out. But you already know I was gonna get up here and tell it anyway, so it don't matter. Y'all know I don't be prepared or whatever. Even though we talked about that last month, I'm still working on it. Give
uh-huh.
me a little time. Give me a little time. I'm
Uh-huh.
working on it. I'm working on it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And God, look, God is working on my patience, so it works. It
you
works
working
out.
on your patience? Okay.
Uh,
Well, he helping me with my organization. And learning how not to be, speaking all out of turn so much.
uh-huh.
Hmm. But that's exactly what he's working on with me. And I probably need a little patience too. I definitely need some patience because you're right.
Hmm.
Yeah, we all do. But yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like that's what was going on last night, and so I do want to pray for everybody. I really, really do. I want everybody to stay safe and stay alert and stay informed. Yeah, even if you
Yeah.
don't watch the news, start watching the news because there's some things may be going on, and you guys need to be prepared. I'm not trying to scare anybody,
Mm-hmm.
but we got a crazy person that's over us, so we got to pay attention with what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep an eye on him. That's all, and
Yeah.
stay prepared. That's all I can say, because we never know what's going to happen, and what's to come or what have you. And so uh,
Yeah.
just stay alert and stay keep your ears and eyes open. And I want
Yeah.
to say this one last thing. I just learned today. Did you know that the and I know this is not a political show, but I just thought this was very interesting when this was brought to my attention. Did you know it's people in the United States that didn't know that black people are not immigrants?
I heard that craziness.
Like, what rock have y'all been under?
I heard
And,
that.
and, and so my cousin said, we not. I say, no, absolutely not. She was like, well, what are we? I say, victims. Victims? Yeah, victims. When you're taken from your land and you're
Right.
kidnapped and you're put on a boat and they sail you away. If somebody came got you from your house right now and took you to another country, what would you call that? That's called kidnapping. So we're all kidnapped and we're all victims. So keep that in mind, okay? She was like, I
Mm-hmm.
never thought about it like that. I said, well, you need to because that's exactly what we are. We're not immigrants.
Right.
But yeah, I was like, I can't believe people did not know that. That was crazy to me.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah, I
I don't
heard
know.
that.
You heard it. You heard it on social media also.
Uh-huh.
I, I,
Mm-hmm.
America never ceased to amaze me. They really
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just want to bring that point up in case people didn't know, in the chat that they would that they're not immigrants. I want to let all of us know we're not immigrants. We're victims.
Mm-hmm.
Is what we are. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we're always
So,
talking about reparations because that's what victims get
right.
is reparations. So not trying to make it all political or nothing, but I
Right.
just want to throw that out there in case some people didn't know. But that shocked me though to know that that shocked me when I heard that. I was like, wow,
Yeah, I actually thought that was a joke.
I did too until I started seeing people really talk about it seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She said that's another story. The islands, my family is still from still has the post where the exchange happened with us. Yeah. Okay, that came from the islands, Janice. And you know how it is. We're all intertwined now with this internet. So of course, us in America are gonna apply to us and make it about us or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. But yeah,
Yeah.
Alice, I just wanted to just throw that out there and make sure everybody understand. That yeah, we didn't come over here on our own. That's what immigrants do. They walk over here
Right.
and they come over here. People that's kidnapped are brought. So it's a difference.
Right.
Alice, am I right?
Yeah. But thank you for hitting that link and coming up on the panel and doing what you do best, making my life longer.
You're so silly. Well, yeah, the people want to hear from you, Alice, and so they want to hear what you got to say and think, what have you. Um, and you're very much welcome. And I'm gonna give you a call as soon as you end your live, and then I'll finish up so I can get ready for my show, my political
Okay.
show, the one I love the
Okay.
best. Because I got some things to say, child.
Yeah.
One more
That
thing,
last one was something else.
you think so?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yo, if we keep on, we ain't gonna have nobody in our chat. And the funny part about it, Alice, is all of us just alike. All of us are very opinionated, and so we
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, are these people not looking at our handles, at our names?
Right.
Me and Minion literally have it in our name about how we are. We literally tell you in our name, in our handle
Uh-huh.
names. I guess they're not correlating it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably gonna get more and more. People are probably gonna be a little bit more uneasy about it or what have you, because I mean, you're supposed to be able to say what you want to say within limits and guidelines of YouTube.
Yeah.
And they even YouTube try to shut me down. I did one video. They told me I did my max. I'm like, what? I did one.
Oh.
I did one short and one video, and they told me I could not upload no more without showing my face or what have you. Oh, okay. So when I put these controversial videos up, y'all want to know who I am, so y'all can come to my house. Is basically what's going on in
Uh-huh.
my mind. So
Uh-huh.
okay, well, come on.
Hmm.
Hey, yeah, come on. I ain't
Wow.
scared. I ain't scared. But yeah, they did me. Like I said, YouTube don't want me to be great. They don't want me to get the word out, child.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow's right. That's what I said. Wow. Okay. But but I was able to overcome that also. I just went ahead and did what they wanted me to do. And I guess they just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to make sure,
That you're real.
that I wasn't an immigrant, possibly. I don't know.
Hmm.
Right. That's all I can think of.
Wow.
Hmm. But it is what it is. And
Uh-huh.
I will see you in the YouTube streets.
All righty. Thanks
And
again.
we'll see you, and definitely see you here Thursday if you do your show.
Yeah. All righty.
All right. You guys have a great day. And thanks for letting me on the panel, Alice.
Blessed to Crochet, aka Mary, Wanda, Jamila, Who Dat, Key, Time, Janice, Shay, Blue. I said what I said. Thanks again for joining the panel. Real Eyes and Evens and April. Those are my moderators. Thank each and every one of you. And to those who may be watching the replay, I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for your support. And thanks again to all of my new subscribers. Something said or done that will bless you on this channel. So let me read a couple of comments before Wanda says, I know she meant to say Janice and not Denise. But in a couple of weeks, I'm going to the African American History Museum in DC. From my understanding, they've taken away a lot of things in that museum. So let me know how that goes. I live in an area, but I've never been there. But again, I thank each and every one of you. Again, those who may be watching the replay, those who were here but in the bushes did not say anything for whatever reason. I thank you also for your support. And as I always say, God loves you even more than I do. And I really do love you all. I hope that you all uh, will join the live on Thursday. I'm not sure of what the subject or the title of the live will be on Thursday, but I hope that you all are able to join Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Continue to be blessed. After this outro, I will be ending the live.